Okay, so just started the recording. Hi, Anna. It's very nice to see you here today. Thank you so much for joining us. And it will be a great opportunity to learn about you a little bit, to tell our audience about you before the actual forum. So I, I'd love to host you today. It would be my pleasure to ask you some questions. And yeah, so to be honest, my first one is just to get into the spirit, and I just wanted to ask you about um, you in general. How do you usually present yourself to the new audience? Maybe, obviously, we know about you, but for those who don't know you, give us a little introduction of yourself, please.
Hi, Alice. It's lovely to meet you. A pleasure to be on your account, on your podcast, in your life. So my name is Anna Denning. I'm a multimedia artist. I'm also a co-author of the Art of Manifesting book that we co-wrote with the amazing Colette Baron Reid. And I'm also a founder of Neuro Arts School, where I teach different transformational practices to a global audience. I have students in so many different countries. I'm also a coach, and I'm at the moment we're teaching in the Neuro Arts School the Art of Manifesting Teachers Training. And also in May, we have a new course coming up, which is called the Art of Manifesting coaching. So I would like, from the very beginning, invite everybody
Yeah.
to sign up. And it's very easy. My website is annadenning.com.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So let's move on to the next question, the first proper question. I wanted to ask you, how did you first come to the idea of combining art and transformation? Because it's something that it might be new to a lot of people. It's a very interesting concept in itself. So please tell us more about it.
Yes, thank you for this question. And this question, in a way, always makes me smile because it never felt like combining and those were two separate things, because art and transformation kind of go hand in hand for me. I went to art school, and also I grew up in the house where that inner world mattered. My mom is a psychiatrist and medically trained psychotherapist. So from kind of a young age, I was surrounded by conversations about emotions, clients, behavior, and subconscious life scenarios, life patterns. And I grew up, and I never thought that our mind is abstract. I grew up knowing that our mind and our kind of inner reality shapes everything. So in a way, we almost like manifest our own reality. And as I said, I've always done art since I was very little. We didn't have gadgets back in the day, so it was
Yeah.
me mainly either reading or I was drawing. So I kind of probably I was drawing before I could talk. And for me, I always drew when I felt stressed, when I felt overwhelmed, and I always kind of learned to express my emotions. There's another thing is because my mom was psychiatrist and psychotherapist. She always, brought home different new ways to deal with your subconscious. So
Mhm.
I remember when I was quite little, my mom would ask me to draw a tree or to draw a house, and then she will kind of explain how different parts of the tree, what they mean, and she would ask me to add a line here and there, and I understood that that changes how I look at the world. For example, like the house is a representation of what's important is person's life and kind of family as well. And the windows, everything means something, so it kind of comes from art therapy. So I always knew that by you can literally draw your reality. So I kind of always had that internal knowledge, so
Yeah.
to say. Mhm.
It's very interesting, and it's also really cool that you can trace it back to your childhood and how your mom has influenced you. I think I always find it fascinating to hear about how people find their ways, and a bit leading on to that, but more into your adulthood already.
Mhm.
How would you explain neuro arts in simple words to someone who hears about it for the first time? Because you mentioned before it's a project of yours and it's a big part of what you do. So tell us more about it.
Well, I actually, if anybody is more interested about the origins of the word Neuro Arts and Neuro Arts, you can, on my website, I have a blog post about it. But as I said, the kind of even the term Neuro Art and Neuro Arts belongs to people. It stems from the science of neuroaesthetics, and people can find so many books about neuroaesthetics that are out there. It's something that always sort of emerged in the 90s when different neuroscientists started learning animal behavior patterns and then kind of human as well. And it is the science of neuroaesthetics. So at the moment, there is actually, it's called Neuro Arts Blueprint Initiative. And it is a collaboration with Johns Hopkins University in America, and they're studying how neuro arts, sort of different aesthetic experiences, influence our emotional landscape, influence our mindset, and our subconscious. And sort of kind of the field of neuro arts is quite large. It involves not just arts or drawing, it involves, singing, creating music, writing poetry, drama, etc., etc. So, and neuro arts as a visual expression of arts is kind
Mhm.
of just parts of it. But it's amazing. There's so many scientific studies that how, participating or even observing arts, like in exhibitions and museums, how positively it influences human life. So the word neuro art does not belong to a single person. It kind of belongs to people, and it stems from the wider field of neuroaesthetics and neuro arts. And I'm extremely passionate about bringing that aesthetic experience to as many people as possible. About, we all know what's going on in the world, and that the world is such an anxious place at the moment. So if people just kind of sit down with a pen and paper and doodle simple things, you know,
Exactly.
just kind of do a mark, on paper, or with
Hmm.
paints, with pencils, doesn't matter. It will calm their nervous system down,
Hmm.
and it will rewire their minds. And there are many in my neuro art school. I teach different methods, and all of them are positively affect, people.
Definitely, I'm sure of that. I already thought of, this thing even when I was young. My mom would sometimes tell me to let my anger out on paper by
Yeah.
drawing something and things like that. And now I'm, kind of drawing ties to them, realizing this is actually a lot more common than people think. It's already in our lives, which is very interesting. Please tell
Yeah.
me how
Can
was,
I
yeah,
just say also,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
there's
of course.
lots of really good exercises in art therapy, in
Yeah.
the art of manifesting. We have some good exercises to get the tension out. And there are many books, and there's one fantastic book by from 1984, I think she wrote it, an Italian professor of psychology. She's got a PhD in psychology, and it is dealing with inner child, and she's showing how, like, you scream, and you grab a piece of paper, and you kind of just like throw your
Yeah,
emotions out on
yeah,
paper.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so there are
It's
many
really
different
cool.
ways to deal with it.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Please tell us, how was the art of manifesting method actually born? You just started speaking about the book, so it's a good time.
Yeah.
Was it kind of a very long process, or was it more of this powerful insight that you want to share your experience and your vision in the book? How was it for you?
Yeah, so it was quite a long process because, so for me and for Colette Baron Reed, my dear friend, so we almost, it was kind of culmination of a life experience, so to say, because Colette, she's a fantastic singer. She's on Spotify, she's on Apple Music, and she's also a fantastic artist. So she's been doing arts for ages. She's also a spiritual teacher, and she is author of many oracle cards. So I've kind of known about her from, I don't know, 2017. I've used her oracle cards, and for me as well, like my backgrounds, my family backgrounds, my background as an artist, and kind of for years I've been teaching transformational drawing as well. And Colette, it was that book was meant to be, because a couple of years ago, Colette, she had a bit of an accident.
Yeah.
She broke her foot, so she was lying
Oh,
down. She couldn't draw. She
yeah.
couldn't paint. She paints,
Yeah.
and so she was kind of scrolling on YouTube, and she came across one of my videos, and
Okay.
that's how we met, and she became parts of my Neuro Arts membership, where like every week I draw different things with my students. I can't even call them students now. They're like my friends, my family.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we just started talking, and I couldn't believe when she gave her name. I was like, wow, I know you. I've got your decks.
Hmm.
And we started talking how we draw, how we approach art, and we clicked immediately. And we it felt so natural. It felt like we were meant to do
Yeah.
this together. And the way we were approaching kind of paper, not as a paper, but also kind of as the field of opportunity. And I'm a very spiritual person, and obviously she's a spiritual.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of when we started talking about it, we literally, as if we channeled. So like everything just was aligned, everything was orchestrated, and everything just happened so quickly. So when we started working on the book, it literally it was just a few months and it was
Hmm.
ready. So it
Hmm.
was quite an amazing and very humbling experience. We just feel like we were there, it was meant to be, and we were just kind of the channels that that book and that whole method had to be born, and we were
Hmm.
just lucky to be part of it.
It's very interesting, very inspiring, actually.
Oh, and
Um,
oh, can I just say also, and
yeah.
if anybody who hasn't tried it, you must try it this week. I'm flying to United States of America next week, and me and Colette, we will be doing this 1 day immersive experience. So link in my bio. And it's you can it's going to be on Zoom, so anybody
Yeah.
from anywhere in the world can
Oh,
take part, and you
that's
have
great.
like normal and VIP experiences, and
Oh,
it's
okay.
1 day. We call it like a spa for your mind.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
definitely feels like that. It's very interesting. Good luck with that. And yeah,
thank you.
we'll make sure, hopefully, a lot of our audience will also be interested and will sign up. That would be great. I have a question about how creativity can generally influence a person's mindset and life. Maybe there are some particular cases that were very transformational and important for you that you could share. So please go on.
Yeah. Uh, as I said, I'm a big fan of that our brains are plastic, about neuroplasticity, and art is one of the most potent tools anyone can use to change their mindset and change their life. So a lot of we always think that creativity is decorative, it's optional. This is something that you just get it put on the wall.
Hmm.
Or, sometimes people also say, I came across so many sometimes options. Oh, I don't have time for creativity. I work, and I don't. It's just for somebody who doesn't do anything. But creativity is not decoration. It is literally. I'm really great believer that everyone must do it, and there's some quite forward-looking companies who bring
Yeah.
creativity into their offices, into kind of like the office retreats and company retreats, corporate retreats, because it is so important. Our brain is always busy, often anxious, and the interesting thing is our brain constantly predicting our future based on our past. So
Mhm.
it's quite difficult to think differently, and it's quite difficult to think positively if something really bad just happened. Like, for example, if somebody is in a relationship and their partner cheated, they think that
Mhm.
this will happen again because, as I said, our brain is prediction machines.
Yeah.
And it is there's lots of researchers, in particular Carl Friston. He was basically saying that our brain is not passively, reacting to reality. It is constructing it. It constantly scans for pattern in our reality to match what we think and what we feel and what we expect, as I said, based on previous life experiences. So if you're constantly thinking about bad things and you constantly rehearse fear, your brain becomes really good in spotting danger. And
Mhm.
that also reinforces your beliefs as well. So, and this is where creativity comes in because it breaks that negative bias. And when you draw, when you paint, when you write, because remember I was speaking about Neuro Arts, not
Yeah.
just, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
when you
not just yeah.
sculpt and when you do it with intention, you interrupt that automatic rehearsal and you kind of you switch off
Yeah.
that chatting monkey in your brain. So and it's quite powerful. As I said, we have some really simple techniques here,
Mhm.
and anybody can do it. And we had some amazing, like at the moment we are doing the Art of Manifesting teachers training, teach
Mhm.
people who can teach the method. And I can't go into more details, but we heard just like yesterday, I had an amazing experience of somebody who, was struggling with certain
Yeah.
things and they've done a few drawings and everything is aligned and they're going and meeting the people who are very important meeting
Mhm.
people for them
Yeah.
again. So it was just fresh. I was literally crying when I was listening to this story.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
and because creativity does shape. You create your reality on paper. You shift your internal state and you start noticing different ideas, different patterns. You start behaving differently. You start
Mhm.
speaking differently. You start responding differently, etc.,
Yeah.
etc. And then it doesn't happen immediately, although sometimes it does. But it's you take the steps towards the future that
Yeah.
you're
Nice
manifesting.
steps.
I hope it makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's great. No, it does definitely. It's very interesting. I think it's hard to describe such a big part, of your life and of your experience in just in a short amount of time. So it's great. It's very interesting. And I also wanted to ask you, because you work with international audience, what do people from different backgrounds, cultural, from different nationalities, etc., have in common in your specific community? Like, what is it that aligns them despite all of the differences, basically?
Yeah, I do work with people from different countries, from America, Canada, Europe, Middle East, Asia. I have such a great variety of students. I'm so, so grateful for them because we all learn from each other. And I always feel connected to to the world, to all those
Yeah.
places. But people are similar. I mean, I kind of don't differentiate. We
Mm.
are all the same. We all want to feel safe. We all want to be loved, to be seen. We all want to have purpose and connection and mission in life. And what I see is not nationality. I see. I see kind of heart and soul.
Yeah,
It sounds corny, but that's very true. We
absolutely.
all
But
want the
yeah.
same things, and we are kind of like all humanity, and we're all moving through this some universal experience,
Mhm.
and just
Definitely.
sometimes we come from slightly different coordinates on the map, but I
Exactly.
feel like we're all there in this all big field and we're all connected.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think it's very important to see the heart and the soul instead of, anything else. So it's very interesting for me. And also, I guess it's interesting to hear to ask that question to anyone who's been successful in their journey, who's built something. But I really want to ask, have you ever had moments of okay, yeah. Sorry for that. I don't know why technology is so against me today. So we've had a little switch, but what I was inquiring about, what I was asking about is, I've said it's interesting for me to hear about moments of possible doubt in any person's journey, especially those who are successful, who have built something of their own. Have you ever had these moments? And if yes, what kind of kept you going through them?
Of course, I'm a human being, and I've had moments of uncertainty. And as I say, it is quite human. And when you step into something new, and when you're trying to bring together neuroscience and spirituality, there will always going to be noise around you. But when it came kind of to the art of manifesting method specifically, we there was no any doubt. When Colette and I came together, we both just knew that it wasn't forced. It was aligned in a way from first conversation, and from the very beginning, we knew that this is something that just has to happen. Has to happen. So meant to
Yeah.
happen. So,
Yeah.
and we always had that inner knowing. It was meant to be, and our so we just knew that this is what's meant to happen, and we tried it with different people, and people just went, wow, this is not like anything we've seen before, because there are obviously other methods. Then some
Hmm.
people tell you that this shape means this and this shape means that, and you have to do this. So lots of rules. We always knew that the art of manifesting we wanted to create is very feminine. It's very flowy. It is very free. It's freeing. And we wanted to have this book so anybody can, just can go and do it
Hmm.
themselves.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of creativity. There's a lot of freedom there. It is a deeply humanistic approach. And
Yeah.
it is, as I said, very, very, although we have men who draw that, but we always feel it's very flowy and quite feminine. There's no rules, and it's a method, as I said, that we have so much neuroscience in the book,
Hmm.
a lot of neuroscience, but also we have a lot of quantum physics. We have spirituality, and I hope that whoever reads the book are gonna love it.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Yeah. So I also just wanted to ask, how do you see when someone has had a real transformation? Are there signs you look out for? So obviously you've mentioned your kind of how the neuro arts and everything influences a person as a whole, but maybe there are some specific and even little signs of someone experiencing a positive transformation through what you do.
It is really dramatic. There's normally no fireworks, no big announcements. It is quiet. It is sometimes the way how person starts behaving. It's about their thought processes, how they start thinking about situations. And often at the beginning, the person arrives quite tense, and
Hmm.
they have lots of negative beliefs about certain situations. But weeks later, as you go through the process, something unfolds, and you know you become you become really relaxed. You become more focused. You let go of your doubts. People let go of their limiting beliefs. We work a lot with gratitude. We have certain steps and in the process, and one of the big steps is about gratitude, where you
Hmm.
literally, when you draw gratitude, and we say you get stupefied in gratitude. And then it's from the classes, initially students say, "Oh my God, I messed it up," and or they, for example, they go, "Oh, is it? Can I do this? Is there a rule? What would you think it means?" But at the end, over weeks of drawing it, people become very confident, in
Hmm.
themselves, they become more free.
Yeah.
They have more flow in their life. They start noticing synchronicities, because we're talking, it is the art of manifesting is about transpersonal transformation. You becoming the person who is ready to receive
Yeah.
what they want to receive. And we work on the premises that you're never alone. You're always co-creating with the wider field. You're co-creating with the universe, or however
Hmm.
you want to call it. We always say,
Yeah.
some people call it God, some people call it universe, some
Yeah.
people call it quantum field. But you you become aligned with what you are manifesting.
Hmm.
Um, yes, so I hope
Okay.
it makes sense.
Yeah, 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 it does. Thank you so
And people
much.
become more
And
curious, sorry,
yeah,
more
yeah,
curious, more present, and as I said, the relaxed,
yeah. Hmm.
more regulated as well. And what's
Yeah.
also very important, they reclaim the agency.
Hmm.
They reclaim their own agency rather than.
Okay. That's very interesting. Yeah, I think it's very important. I can definitely see that how you become more free and you become more yourself through what you do. And to be honest, just to kind of finalize things, I wanted to ask you something that's slightly more informal and slightly outside of your work. Who are you outside of what you do professionally? What do you like? Um what do you do in your free time possibly? So how do you see yourself? How do you describe yourself outside of your professional background?
You've actually caught me on Saturday. It's like one of my busiest days because I'm a
Yeah.
mom of two girls.
Yeah. Oh,
So
I can't
it
imagine that.
is, that's very fast. So it was
Yeah.
literally my early morning started with
Yeah.
a football match, and then it was figure skating, and then it was another drama
Yeah.
club, and sort of I dropped. So I've been driving. I've been working. I mainly work as a chauffeur, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not just kind
Okay.
of the teacher of the method and founder of Neuro Arts
Yeah.
School. In normal life, I'm a mom, and I absolutely love it. I love my family. I love spending time with people I love. And my normal life includes school runs, peak ups, club schedules,
Hmm.
forgotten water bottles, etc., etc. I also have, I love my pets. I've got one lovely, very fluffy doggy, massive
Okay.
doggy. Yeah, I love
Wow.
walking. I walk a lot in nature. I also have two cats. I also have fishes. So anyway,
Wow.
so family is my
A lot
anchor.
going on in your house, definitely.
Yes, yeah. So but I absolutely love it. But nature inspires me deeply. I do lots of walks. I don't know, sky, changing
Yeah.
light during the day. And of course, I draw a lot. I paint. I'm multimedia, so I work with pastels, with acrylics, with oils, with alcohol markers, you name it. I work with all of it.
Yeah.
And I love doing what I do. I have my Neuro Arts membership, and my students inspire me. Um, and even, I technically do work. I feel I love my work. So
That's
my
amazing.
work inspires me.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. I think that's what everyone should aim for. And this is my perfect version of my life as well, not feeling as if you're actually at work. So yeah. Thank you so much. It was very interesting to listen to you. You're saying you love your work and what you do and you're so passionate about it, but you don't need to say it because I can really feel it through how you talk about it anyways. So thank you so much for your time and for sharing the experience with us. I apologize for mine inconveniences in terms of the uh, technical stuff today, but still, hopefully, in my opinion, it didn't stop us from hearing about so many interesting things that you have experienced throughout your journey. So, thanks a lot. If there is anything else you want to share for the audience that will see you, listen to you live very soon, you're more than welcome to. And if not, you can just say your best wishes and say that we're
So
seeing each other soon.
Thank you so much, Alice. It was a pleasure to meet you. I love your enthusiasm and your wonderful manner. So just wanted to invite again, check out the book.
Yeah.
It's in my bio as well, and also this amazing immersive experience that we're doing. We're kind of from America all
America,
over the
yeah.
world next week on 7th of March, but also come to London. I'm going to be one of the speakers at the International ID Education Forum, where we have lots of coaches, lots of
Yes.
educators, and
Yeah.
yeah, so I will be talking more about the Art of Manifesting coaching program that I'm launching in May. So, and
Hmm.
just follow us, and thank you so much, and have a
Yeah.
wonderful week.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.